Okay.
Nyla asked me if I'd be willing to lead a few music and sound sessions. We'd have the large Zoom session, and then we would get put into small groups. In the Parkinson's subgroup that we had with Anne, who has Parkinson's disease, it wasn't just me who was a musician. The two neuroscientists who were involved are very good musicians as well too, Anusha and Claire. And so Anusha produces music and plays keyboard, and Claire tap dances and plays violin.
I see it as like a diary, like a journal of how you feel day to day almost. And we can compare what different days sound like to you.
Parkinson's disease is very difficult to express with words, but conveying the meaning and the feeling of it is possible through music. So we wanted to take Anne's words and translate her lived experience into some other form, whether it be through music or to explain it with scientific intent. We kind of started off without direction, but throughout the course of doing this every week for 5 weeks, we kind of set an intention of what topic to explore every week. And then we sat down and Anne would explain kind of her stance on the topic, and then we would have a discussion about where to take it.
During one of these sessions, Anne, she'd been speaking about her sense of time. And of course, music is all time. Like, everything about music is time. So when she described time, she said that her time was measured not in minutes or hours, but by medication.
The minutes and the hours do not meter your time. It's the pills, it's the medication that meters your time. So it's not something that's quote natural. It's added chemicals that makes you in a good part of your day, or in a part of your day where your body is processing the medication, but you hope that it's going to do its job. And then the part where, oh yay, I'm feeling good, so I'm going to do something, and I'm happy, and then there's a part where, oh no, the medicine is slightly going off, and I can feel it because I'm so acute to that, like all of the micro little shifts of my brain and my body and my how I receive and how I read the outside world.
It was almost like something external to her governing her sense of time. So I wanted to put her in charge of my sense of time. So I started to ask her, would you be willing to conduct me? When your hands are high in the Zoom frame, this is going to be fast and high, and when they're low, they're going to be slow and low. We were trying to depict this kind of cycle that happens throughout Anne's day, where it's sort of like everything gets really too crispy, and then there's medication, and then it gradually relaxes, and then she gets all tensed up again, and then gradually relaxes. And that cycle happens multiple times a day. And from there, she really got into really incredible, beautiful movement that I then interpreted in music. And it's really quite extraordinary because she is so expressive in how she moves that it was very simple for me to translate that into music.
When I was playing the keyboard, what I felt through Anne's gestures and her eyes and her body movement was a true embodiment of what she was going through when she was trying to conduct me. And the music was just kind of an extension of that. When the conducting happened, it would be completely improvised based on what we heard from Anne and what we understood of the topic. We would reflect on the process after, and both the conductor and the conducted felt the same way in that like we really did communicate, like truly understand each other. And there was a little bit of back and forth, like my playing would influence her conducting and that would influence my playing.
So we ended up getting into some improvisations that were, more dissonance, more like effects kind of thing. And Claire picked up her violin for the first time. And it was really interesting to hear because she has really beautiful, solid classical training. So you could hear that she had this kind of like homing device back to this classical training that then she was kind of like deforming and breaking and distorting somehow to show some of the difficult aspects of this sense of time that Anne has.
With violin, I'm much more used to learning a piece of music or playing something by ear, but this was a neat chance to try something else.
The music that came out as a result was absolutely informed by her experience. It wouldn't have existed otherwise.
Je le fais dans l'espoir que les gens regardent ce film-là puis à la fin se disent « Ah, je comprends un peu mieux comment les gens qui ont Parkinson, comment ils sentent. » Parce que ça s'explique pas en mots, comment on se sent vraiment dans notre corps. Puis je pense qu'on a réussi avec les mouvements, avec ce qu'on a fait avec la musique, avec le conducting. Anusha, Claire puis Louise, quand ils l'ont fait, ils ont eu comme une illumination. Puis surtout Anusha, c'était intéressant parce que Anusha fait de la recherche pour le Parkinson en laboratoire. Donc, elle a dit qu'elle avait comme augmenté d'une coche importante sa compréhension de ce que ça pouvait être le Parkinson. Puis je me dis, ça va peut-être mener à des nouvelles avenues de recherche si c'est pas du tout ce on s'en allait par là, mais là, peut-être avec cette compréhension-là, on va dire, oh, c'est peut-être une autre chose qu'on n'avait jamais pensé.
All right.
Okay, have a good evening, everybody.
You.
Yes, take care of yourselves.
You too. Hugs.
Thank you.
Bye.